It's time for Mr. Fundamental!
Presented by no one.
By now, I'm sure you've heard of what a great season Duncan Robinson is having. He's definitely one of the reasons the Heat has surpassed expectations this season. Standing at 6'7", he's a shooter that's combining volume and efficiency in his three balls. So let's check out how he's doing it. Robinson already has all the traits of a great shooter. He's mastered the different footwork on catch and shoot threes. Here, he hops for the corner three to get it off before his defender could recover. This footwork is all about getting him balanced. Take this possession for example. It might just seem like he opted for the 1-2 instead of a hop, but if you look closely, he was about to hop into the shot again. The pass was off target, so he quickly switched to a 1-2, while also creating more distance between himself and his defender. Coming off screens or handoffs, he would hop into his shot if he's moving to his left, since his hip and elbow is already aligned to the basket. If he's going to his right, he prefers the 1-2, giving himself more time to rotate his body towards the rim. The next trait is how well he relocates. Defenses has got the memo on how good of a shooter he is. Fournier is chasing Robinson over two screens and stays on his high side, basically giving him a drive instead. Robinson gave up his dribble early, but right when Fournier tries to get back in front, he dumps it off the BAM and sprints for another handoff, relocating to the open space for three. He's just spotting up here, but when he sees his defenders start to blindly recover on him, he relocates to the open space and gets a clean look. Screening as a shooter would create many openings in the offense. Robinson is setting a back screen, and both defenders miscommunicate. A sprint towards the handoff gets the defender trailing, and that's all the space Robinson needs. Against switch-heavy defenses, the look of setting a screen is already enough. The Rockets are prepared to switch this back screen, which is why Harden is sagging back on Robinson. That's all the head start Robinson needs for another handoff three. Another fake back screen, another trailing defender, and another three ball. I'm not sure if you've noticed yet, but all his relocation is essential for creating more space between him and his defender. While that sounds simple enough, it's actually a work of art and demonstrating a feel for the game. Brown went under the screen, so instead of running towards the corner, where Brown could easily recover, he flares backwards to create more distance and the time to get off the three. On the pick and roll, Harden is preparing to tag the roller. Robinson lifts into open space, making it an easier passing angle and more distance from his defender. Robinson receives the back screen this time. He recognizes the switch, and his defender is sagging to prevent a back cut. The flare creates more distance, leading to an aggressive closeout. He lets his defender fly by and drains the three. The Bucks were top locking him and denying him the ball. The offense stalls, but since his defender is on the high side, a nice V cut and flare gets him just enough space for the tray. The more he does it, the less and less space he will need to hit these threes. Now onto the aspect that's often overlooked, the runaway three. No, I'm not talking about the threes where they're coming off of pin downs, or even ones where the shooter is running along the perimeter and requires a 90-degree turn to get off the shot. While those threes have their difficulty, what Robinson does is another level. He's coming off of a pin down, but check out when he catches the ball. His back is almost facing the rim, his foot is within the arc, while his momentum is bringing him directly away from the basket. In order to get balanced and aligned to the rim, it will require a much bigger turn than 90 degrees and get enough power from his legs to combat the momentum. But because of his off-ball movement, he created enough separation from his defender to do all that and drain the three. Here's another one. He gets the handoff from Bam, but it's inside the arc and heading away from the basket again. His back is facing the rim and his momentum also away from the basket. The difficulty of this shot gets underestimated, since this looks like an open three, but the turn and the effect of the momentum will throw off the power of the shot. Another example would be these corner threes. He's running away from the basket again, and you can see how he almost lost his balance as well. This makes shooter either take an off-balance three or take longer to gather, and allow defenders to recover. On a few occasions, he would force a switch and dribble back out for a three, which again means the momentum is taking him away from the basket. If you don't believe these shots are that hard, give it a try yourselves. A nice comparison would be the Ray Allen shot that saved LeBron and the Heat in 2013. Although he didn't have to turn, the momentum going away from the basket could easily throw off shooters, but not for great shooters. Robinson's willingness to take and sometimes make these shots has two benefits going forward. First, mastering the footwork and balance of the most difficult catch and shoot threes will make other typical pin downs and handoffs into threes feel like a piece of cake. Second, check out these clips of Hayward in 2017. These are the same plays the Heat run for Robinson, and look how open Hayward is. Hayward isn't a pure shooter, but the angle of these handoffs forces his defender to go over the screen. Putting Robinson in that spot would either create open threes, or it'll force the screener's defender to step up. After Connaughton contests in the air, they run another handoff for Robinson, forcing Giannis to step up, leaving Bam on the roll to find the open man. This brings us to his gravity. All great shooters has this, and it just bends the defense out of shape, benefiting both himself and the team. On the handoff, it forces Anunoby to rotate in the paint. Defenses will typically zone up both Robinson and Leonard, but VanVleet is so worried about Robinson that he doesn't do that. Anunoby gets out of position running Leonard off the line, but he just misses an easy one. Sometimes defense gets so focused on preventing a 3-ball, they forget about stopping layups. Again, Butler has even set the screen, and a V-cut gets him a quick and easy layup. If I was Harris, I would be fed up too. The Miami Heat has done a great job uncovering gems, and also putting them in position to succeed. How often would a team focus their offense on two unproven players in Nunn and Robinson, and to some extent Bam Adebayo as well, especially before Butler returned to the team? Robinson has become an elite 3-point shooter, joining the likes of JJ Redick and Kyle Korver. His future outlook largely depends on his role with the team. He could become more of a focal point in the offense, like when Redick was averaging 18 points with the Sixers. Or he could be a valuable floor spacing starter, similar to Korver, if the Heat attract more stars. It's easy to compare him to the likes of Redick and Korver, but I would throw in Mike Dunleavy Jr. in there as well. The main reason I included him is because of his sneaky defense during his Chicago days. Whereas Redick and Korver become the opponent's point of attack, Robinson isn't a great defender, but in a tough Miami culture, I wouldn't be surprised if he takes stride on that end. Thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, drop a like down below and make sure to subscribe. I'll see you guys next time.